Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. My name's Neil, and it is time for another episode of Would I Lie to You? Guys, for an outsider from the British comedy scene, a non-native, a Canadian, I feel a bit like discovering Would I Lie to You is like discovering the best buffet restaurant in a new city that you're exploring. And I know it's popped up in a couple of guidebooks and you really ought to check it out. And the more you research it, the more you hear you really have to go. And what's more than that, you really must try the lamb popsicles because they are to die for. So you make a special point of going to this buffet restaurant, and the first thing you do is make a beeline for the lamb popsicles. And you try one and they are delicious. So you load down your plate and then you eat like 9 lamb popsicles in a row. And now there's no more lamb popsicles on the buffet. And now I'm taking the time to see what else is out there. I've tried the recommended thing, the Bob Mortimer, the lamb popsicle. And yes, it is delicious. It is divine. I will remember it for the rest of my life. But this is a good-looking spread, and there's a lot of other delicacies laid out for me, and I don't know where to start. So I'm going to assemble a bit of a sampler platter now. I might try a little tuna tataki, or a little prosciutto melon ball, or, I mean, the cheese platter looks amazing. And people keep whispering in my ear, try the horse. I'm like, the horse? I've never heard of horse at a buffet restaurant before, but everyone says, try the horse. The horse is amazing. The horse is hilarious. So, for those of you that know Would I Lie to You, I think you know where I'm going here. I'm going to try the horse. I've never tried a horse before. I may never try it again, but I hear this place does it perfectly, and I can't wait to try horse for the very first time. This is episode 3 of series 4 of Would I Lie to You?
A rock star physicist, which means he can throw a TV out of a window whilst calculating its speed of trajectory. From Wonders of the Solar System is Professor Brian Cox, and a young Scottish comedian who's the funniest thing to happen to Glasgow since it was named European Capital of Culture. Kevin Bridges!
Okay, this is the guy I'm tuning in for. I don't know anything about him.
Someone who spent the last 3 years in a coma, reliving the 80s. No, it's not Bruce Forsyth. From Ashes to Ashes, Keely Hawes!
I don't think I know her.
The actor who went to university with Rachel Weisz and Sam Mendes, so he's perfectly comfortable in the company of major stars. This will be a bit different for you tonight. It's Stephen Mangan!
I have nicknames for both my big toes.
What's the nicknames?
Leslie and Scruple.
Oh, what?
Scruple. Leslie was the nickname me and my first girlfriend had for our baby that we were going to have. And then one day the foot was out the end of the bed and she said, there's Leslie. It was just, it was just stuck.
And what about Scruple?
Oh, this is ridiculous. She used to believe you have a good angel and a bad angel on your shoulder who...
A devil, yeah.
We wanted Leslie to have scruples, so the other toe became Scruple.
This is how religions get started.
If he's made that up, he's an absolute genius.
No, I mean, it doesn't make nearly as much sense as a made-up story would.
It's got to be true. You think
It's got to be true.
It's got to be true.
It's got to be true.
Kevin, I think it's true.
It is a lie.
Wow. That is good lying. Because if I was lying about the nickname of my toes, I'd come up with like a pair.
I lied to my husband that I was good at tennis and had to have secret lessons when he arranged a doubles match.
Why would you lie to your husband?
Because he wasn't my husband at the time, and I was
So
trying
you were just trying to impress him?
Woo him?
woo him. I told him I could ski.
Did you have to learn to ski?
It was truly terrible. Well, somebody called Eust actually taught me how to ski.
Eust.
I can recommend Eust. I went and booked some lessons.
And what was he called, the instructor?
I can't remember.
And yet Eust, like that.
Yeah, but Eust was like...
What was the first thing you learnt on the tennis court?
how to bounce the ball.
That was a quick
What do you
bounce.
mean?
Well, I think you tell the gravity would have taken a bit longer to get down.
It's not just gravity, you can give a bit of force.
You can impart an impulse to it. Yeah.
That's it, impossible.
Did you win?
I got there and I feigned an ankle problem.
I don't buy this. I don't buy this.
Did your husband ever find out about these secret lessons?
Well, he's going to right now.
I came clean on the night that I made him dinner, pretended that I'd cooked it, and then he...
So she just landed this man on a bucket of lies.
True.
I'll have to go with the team then. I'll say that.
She's saying it's true.
Although she did remember Eust very well.
It's absolutely true.
I once accidentally bought a horse.
Sorry?
Okay, here we go.
A horse. Sorry, I missed the S.
You claim that you once accidentally bought a horse, am I right?
You're right.
What do you think you were buying?
I never thought I was buying anything. I thought I was renting.
Did you think you were renting a horse?
Yes.
You paid to rent a horse, and then at the end, when you tried to return the horse, they said, "What the hell are you doing?"
That's pretty much it.
How long had you imagined that you were going to rent it for?
25 minutes.
And did they charge you?
It was in Bulgaria on holiday.
Okay, so what did it cost in local Bulgarian currency?
What is the local Bulgarian currency?
Lek or something? I've been to Bulgaria and I can't remember.
We're going
It
to
was
lose.
200 lev. Lev,
Lev,
L-E-V.
Lev.
I don't know how you pronounce
Yeah, that's
it,
right.
but Lev.
How much is that in sterling, roughly?
Roughly, I
At
think
the
it's
time?
About, at the time, I think it was at £90. So we thought
So
it was a
you-
good deal. There was me and my friend.
So you
It
were
was a
going
lads' holiday, we were 18, we thought we'd go horse riding.
In Bulgaria.
Did you question the odd sort of time slots they were going for? Right?
You get 25 minutes and then the horse needs a break for 5 minutes and then
And
somebody
then
else
you keep
comes.
the horse forever.
What happened when you tried to take it back?
The guy explained to us that the guy was gone. The guy... There was two different guys. There was two guys.
If you want to speak to my client.
There was guy A. Guy A.
That's a Bulgarian name.
Very well known.
Guy A, yeah.
Guy Dimitri. I think that, no, a guy A. And guy B.
Right?
We were heading towards the place where you actually hire the horse.
Stables.
The official. The stables, right?
Actually, I think he's making it up, and I'm on his team.
Bit of patience, Brian. Come on, right? We met a guy on the way who had a horse. And we thought he was doing that thing now in Asda when you've got a shopping trolley and somebody else needs a trolley and you say, I've got that
I'm from the stable,
Yeah.
so just hire this horse.
That's what the guy said. There was a Bulgarian guy trying to speak English and two Scottish guys trying to speak English. So we thought the guy had gave us the horse to ride and come back. And
Were you not surprised that it cost you the equivalent of £90 to hire a horse for 25 minutes?
it was 25 minutes each, so there was two of us.
Right.
So we chipped in for a horse.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Oh, it's an hour. You need to give the horse a break, as I said.
That's absolutely obviously bullshit. You take the horse back. Guy B, who's the guy you met on the way to the stables, he's gone. He's gone. So you say to Guy A, well, we hired this as part of your not bothering to actually go to the stables but getting it a few hundred yards away scheme.
We went back to the place where we picked up the horse.
Oh, so not to the stable,
No.
but to the random point in the road. Bewilderedly, where has the mysterious man gone? You might nevertheless have thought, well, the stable's where it's got to go back to,
Yeah.
rather than, well, Sodom, this is where we picked it up from. I'm not actually taking the stable. I'm going to stand here, 300 yards away from the stable, go, come over here! Come and get your own horse!
Kevin, look at me. You're taking the horse back.
Look at me!
What happened next?
So where are we taking off from?
You're taking the horse back.
Let's go back to the start.
Kevin carriages, for the love of God, please tell us what happened.
Right.
For the love of God.
We bought a horse. As we picked up the horse,
Yes.
locals explained we'd went to a counterfeit horse guy. It wasn't the official horse riding stable.
This was a counterfeit horse. This was maybe two guys in a costume.
What do you think, truth or lie?
It plays tricks with your mind.
Yes.
But I don't think it's true.
It's got to be true. It's got to be true.
More than any other episode I've done of this show, this is the moment we waited for.
It's true.
Look at everybody's face. Not just David's team, but Lee's team.
Give a warm welcome to this week's special guest, Drac.
Drac. No Drac has a normal job.
This is Drac. And I presented him with first prize at the National Pie Awards 2009.
Lee, where were the National Pie Awards held?
Birmingham.
What was the venue?
The venue was the Hilton. He made a selection. He didn't just make one pie. It was for his various pies. You don't just have one pie.
Was he various pie maker of the year?
He won the big prize at the end, the National Pie Maker of the Year. You don't just have one pie. You have to have, I think, two or three.
I think we understand that you have to demonstrate the ability to reproduce the pie.
Did you announce that the winner is Drac, or did you say his full name, which is...
I said the winner is Drac.
Well, this is Drac, the roadie that left me gaffer taped to a lighting rig for over an hour.
He could be a roadie. He could be a roadie.
May I ask, were you gaffer taped to a lighting rig in the first place?
I was probably not behaving in a way deemed appropriate for a member of a band in the presence of road crew.
What were you doing?
I think I was just being a general pain. He was the tour manager, actually. So he ordered the rest of the crew to put me on the ground, gaffer me up into a ball, put a harness on, and then attach me to lighting rig at the Hammersmith Odeon and left me there for over an hour.
I thought this guy's a physics presenter. He's a musician too?
It was just a build-up, I think, of absolute annoyance over many weeks.
I can believe it.
Okay, what is Drac to you?
This is Drac. He's my dad's friend. He took me out for a driving lesson and I reversed through a chip shop window. His name's Duncan.
Duncan.
He gets called Drac because it's like D-R-A-C, and he used to be known as Duncan from the RAC because he's a driving instructor. It was the first lesson,
Right.
and we thought we'd do reversing because that's Drac's attitude.
Once you've learned going backwards, going forwards.
The back of the car is normally not facing a chip shop, is it?
No, it was in the car park of the chip shop.
A chip shop with a car park?
Have you not been to Scotland before, David?
So this is like... So you're in the car park by the chip shop window,
Yeah.
and he says, first things first, reverse it.
I think he's the tour manager. I like the thought that they put a harness on him.
Kevin's story sounds implausible, but we've been down this road before. Frankly, nothing would surprise me. If he said he'd unscrewed his leg and it had walked to China on its own, I'd believe it. Yeah.
But it does seem quite a cruel thing to do.
I think he probably
It's the chip shop. I'm going back to the
could
chip
have
shop.
been irritating enough for them.
Yeah, I think so.
We think it's Brian.
I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to say it's Kevin.
I'm Drac. I'm the roadie that gaffer taped.
I shouldn't have changed my mind. He just looks like a roadie, like a band tour manager.
I've had to prise open my bedroom door for the last 2 years, ever since the door handle fell off.
What do you use to prise open the door?
Just my fingernails.
Do you live on your own?
I can answer that.
This is pre-Victoria Corin, isn't it?
I'm absolutely the only person who ever needs to get in or out.
Why haven't you just whipped out a knob and affixed it to the entrance?
Because the holes that the screws...
The thread's gone.
That's it! Why don't you come back to my apartment and we could settle down and have a game of Boggle? And
and there's no handle or knob. Would that put you off?
This actually happened to me once.
David!
I don't remember.
I couldn't get out. And I didn't know where I was. I had to ring the fire brigade.
I think I
had
should
to
say
crawl
at this
out
point,
of the
this was
window.
not at my house.
Look how enthralled they are.
It looks like a man that's got well-maintained doors.
Yeah. I'll say it's a lie.
I think he's completely unhandy.
It is in fact true.
Yeah.
This is the children's cutlery I used when I went on a special diet. It helped to make the portions on my plate seem bigger.
Lie, lie, lie.
How long did you use the cutlery for then?
Well, if it was a big meal, 10 minutes.
And so, how long was the period of your life for which you used children's cutlery in order to lose weight? I know it doesn't take you that long to invent 6 months.
6 months. I read it in a book.
You read it in a book?
Yes.
Which book was that?
A book of dieting.
Lie, lie.
I think that's a lie.
It was a lie.
Yeah.
And I can reveal that David's team has triumphed by 7 points to 4. My individual liar of the week this week is Kevin Bridges.
It has to be, right?
Yeah.
The fact that people are still talking about this episode 10 series later.
Good night.
What an insane episode. I can tell why so many of you recommended that I check out that particular story, this particular episode. In the grand scheme of things, accidentally buying a horse, it's not a crazy story, it's not a complicated story, it's a simple story, but the way Kevin told it, I can see why no one believed him, you know? And yet, I've been to Bulgaria, I can picture 18-year-old Scottish lads on their first holiday to the continent, making a complete cock-up of things. I buy the entire process. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, maybe it's the Scottish accent. Maybe he was intentional. Maybe that's just the way he comes off in conversation. But yeah, it just seems so ridiculous and hilarious. And I don't think I've ever seen the stage of Would I Lie to You when somebody reveals their answer and no one's applauding. 6 other people, there's 7 total people on the stage, 6 other people are staring at him dumbfounded because everybody thought it was a lie. But it wasn't. He accidentally bought a horse. I wanted to know more. I wanted to know what they did with the horse. I mean, we never even got to the point where they brought it to the stables. But did they manage to find a buyer? Did they manage to turn a profit? Did they just let it roam wild in the Bulgarian streets? I have questions. I want answers. I'm enjoying finding episodes like this now. I did my Bob Mortimer thing, and now I'm sampling the giant buffet that is Would I Lie to You. I'm going to pick and choose episodes from comedians who are continually recommended to me on this show. Claudia Winkleman, Victoria Corin Mitchell, Greg Davies, James Acaster, Henning Wen. Those seem to be the 5 that come up all the time. But if there's another episode, another comedian that you want me to check out, maybe a story not even by a comedian, but another British personality that you thought was particularly hilarious, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to check them out. I love this show, but it's got so many episodes over so many series that I can't just start at the beginning and work my way methodically through it. I'm just not up for that level of commitment. That would take me months and months and months and months. So instead, I'm gonna pick and choose. I'm gonna cherry pick and hopefully find some really great stories along the way. And I will continue to release these 2 a week, every Tuesday and Friday. So until the next one, guys, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.